Do you remember the day where you're just like, I have to get out from here and I have to take this opportunity. I have to go pro. Because you, like you said, you were. I remember you and I having a conversation at that restaurant around
Yeah.
here, and then you told me that you were going to do it, and then you had so much support from your husband Omar. Shout
Yeah.
out to him. But what was that moment? Obviously, before it got to me, that you decided I need to do this.
I think it was after. So while while I represented Pakistan in the early stages, I was still working full time. Yeah, so I was representing my country, working for Ford full time, and I remember after maybe 4 months of representing Pakistan. So we started in, let's say, October 2022 or September 2022, and then we played a four-nation tournament in Saudi in January of 2023. And it was after that tournament where I was like, I can do this.
Yeah.
You know, I can do this. The performance I had in that competition was decent, and it was, you know, with players that are playing football full time, right?
No.
So I was like, all right, I ain't out here getting rinsed. You know, I'm not out here getting rinsed. So, you know, I might have a chance here. Let's, you know, so that's when I think like the conversations and stuff started happening. And I think I really felt it like in my heart that, you know, I can do this.
Okay, so when you decided I can do this, what's high level? What was the process like?
And a quick question: is Ford supporting you, or is it
So
like use your
supportive.
vacation?
No, yo, they like that's the crazy part also. But I think also, you know, some organizations are also very smart in kind of how they promote work-life balance and
Right.
workplace culture. And I do think Ford is ahead of the game, like when it comes to that. And you know, they were so supportive. My line managers, my team's like super supportive. You know, even upper management, everyone passing, hey Marie, how's the football going? You know, and it was promoted within the organization. And I think for me to have that, I know how fortunate I was, because I know I've had teammates that wasn't the same case.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, super grateful for that. As far as the process goes, so after that tournament, I got player of the tournament.
Wow.
In that
Congratulations.
competition. I got
She's like,
player
I'm
of
not
the
getting
tournament.
rinsed. She got player of the
I got player of the tournament.
Stop
in
being
that-
you a dog, man. Yo, I'm a dog.
Oh,
Zay.
it's
I'm a
getting
dog.
blown up. Who team you playing with next season?
We gotta be consistent though. So got player of the tournament that competition, and funny enough, the city we were playing in Saudi, the team that actually signed me, the president was at that game.
Okay.
Where we were playing against Saudi Arabia, and yeah, after the competition, we were able to connect, and you know, she took a chance, I took a chance, and yeah, super grateful grateful for it.
What's more nerve-wracking, like putting your notice in to leave your corporate job and stability, or shooting a penalty shot in front of for the full
my
crowd,
God.
game on the line?
That's a good one, yo, because I suck at pens. We're gonna keep that here, but I suck at pens. I think straight up, it was probably the resignation.
No.
You know, I'm someone that growing up, you know, financial stability
Yeah.
was extremely important to me because of growing up and what I saw, right? You know, what I saw with my family, what I saw with my parents, extended family. I was like, I want to make sure that, you know, if I ever get the opportunity, that, you know, that financial stability piece and just stability in general and consistency, that will be something that's going to be a part of my life. So I think taking that chance and putting that resignation in and just parting ways was freaking scary.
Yeah.
It was so scary, but looking back on it now, you know, I've missed pens, I've missed wide open goals, I've scored own goals, but for me, that's all good,
Yeah,
you know,
right.
because again, it's not a reflection of the type of player I am or anything, but again, I know that no matter what, I'm waking up and I'm really getting to do what I love.
Yeah. And then how important or was the support? I know your husband was supporting you, but then, you know, your family, was that encouraged? I'm like, yeah, let's do it. Or were they like, you have a great job.
Yeah,
you're doing well.
it was
Like,
that, you know,
yeah.
especially like, you know, in the South Asian culture, it's like you're either a doctor, lawyer, or engineer,
Yeah.
right? So when you have my family, my mom made so much sacrifice to help support me and the rest of my, siblings get through college.
Yeah.
In the U.S., everyone thinks, oh, everyone gets full ride scholarships. But no, not everyone gets full ride scholarships. A team gets allocated 10 scholarships, and then that coach has to split it amongst a roster of 23, 25 girls, right? So I wasn't on a full ride scholarship. So my mom's still having to pay for university for me and my two other siblings, who all three of us are in college at the same time. Yeah.
Shout out,
Right. Mama Khan held it down. You know what I mean? So yeah, she held it down. So, with that, it was, Maria, are you sure you want to do this? Yeah. But then, again, in our cultures, my family was like, to my husband, they're like, yep, she's your problem now. You go ahead and hold it down.
That's really the truth.
They're like, she ain't our problem no more. You deal with this.
Yeah, but I think just on that point, and I think we've spoken about this, I think we're first generation immigrants, or we come from parents who immigrated here, or who have like cultural sort of like outside American cultures. And I just think they look at it from a floor perspective. They want you to be stable and have a nice floor, because we're like, we left from wherever we came from, or we sacrificed so much so that you can have a better living. And they think that anything that's not a lawyer, a doctor, an engineer, or some sort of business person is like entrepreneurship or like leading your own path of passion. What is that? No.
What do you mean you want to? What do you exactly? And also what we were talking about earlier, right? Where your families were saying, I said, like, you're a stress ball, right? Yeah, sure. Like, you're a stress ball, and you were born in the wrong generation, right? Yeah. But it's like, here we are thinking like, no, I want to wake up and do what I love. But then our parents are like, no, you can't. You can't. You don't.
You cannot.